My name is Brenda Price, and I will be presenting The Researching Adventures of Ellen and Lois. Ellen Winter and Lois Hetland are co-authors of many books, the first of which was Studio Thinking: The Real Benefits of Art Education. This book revolutionized the public's view on art education. As the new millennium brought education reforms such as No Child Left Behind, policymakers demanded increased standardized testing. Art educators were calling for politicians to listen to research that claimed the arts increased academic achievement in students. Classroom teachers were frustrated with lack of class time, and many were pressuring administration to borrow time from extra art classes. At this time, Lois Hetland was beginning her doctorate at the Harvard School of Education, and her unofficial advisor, Ellen Winter, had been conducting research on the connection between cognitive intelligence and learning. The two set out to research the connection between arts education and increased test scores. After shifting through decades of research, Winter and Hetland found the evidence inconclusive. They published their findings in the Journal of Aesthetic Education. Their article, titled Reviewing Education and the Arts Project, or REAP, was not well received by art education. Art teachers feared they would lose funding if shareholders lost a need for art classes, and there was such a push for increased scores that many administrators and policymakers would not fund any extra programs. After publishing the data as unsupportive, Ellen and Lois received hate mail from people who thought they were going to put an end to art funding. Ellen and Lois did not give up on the arts in schools. Instead, they pushed further with their research, asking, why should we even teach art in schools? They knew the importance of art, but understood that policymakers and shareholders needed evidence. Ellen and Lois set out to observe art classes that were already established in public and private schools. They spent 2 years observing, interviewing, and watching. During those 2 years, the women found 8 traits that all art classes were already teaching. These 8 traits, or habits, that played such an important part in art classrooms were not being taught anywhere else in the school. However, these 8 habits had already proven themselves necessary skills for 21st century learning. Ellen and Lois published these 8 habits in their book, Studio Thinking: The Real Benefits of Art Education. I personally own the second edition of this book, as well as their last publication, Studio Thinking from the Start, published in 2017. This latest book gives tips and tricks for elementary art educators to include the studio habits in their classrooms. All 3 books published by Ellen Winter and Lois Hetland have proven to help revolutionize the way art teachers think about what skills are important in the art classroom. The research done by Ellen and Lois has helped show administration, parents, and policymakers that the arts in school matter for our students, which will always be more important than their test scores. Ellen Winter and Lois Hetland truly are the greatest art advocates.